The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, looking good, Billy Ray. Feeling good, Lewis, from the offices of Duke & Duke, 100 South Broad Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Our guest at the half hour is going to be Dr. Al Larson. We're going to continue on with him from the show that we had last Thursday. And then on Wednesday, we're going to have Samuel Archibald Arrington Hicks Crawford. Arch Crawford will be our guest, and we'll be talking some more on the astro aspects of the market. But we'll start out today with the request that we had from one of our listeners on natural gas, and I posted the daily chart of natural gas. And the thing to pay attention to this is the fact that you'll see the 61.8% retracement has been hit 7 times over the past several weeks. That represents a great deal of what we call resistance. So once it gets above that, then it's off to the races. But you might want to look to buy a pullback in the natural gas if we get it down to that, say 195 level would be a real interesting spot to take a look at natural gas. Now, I wanted to comment on Apple. We've had several requests this morning to talk about Apple. Apple was down pre-market, and then Tim Cook came out, all this advertisement, but that's not what made the market go up. What happened was Berkshire Hathaway announced they were putting a big stake into into Apple to the tune of 9 million shares. And of course, the stock has jumped 1.5 points, since that happened. All I can mention here, and I'm not able to bring up the chart now, but be really careful when you listen about what Berkshire Hathaway is doing. I have several examples of what they've done in the past, and it is not what they seem to be doing. So the most vivid one is the one in 1997 when they supposedly owned 25% of all the above ground silver in the United States, and yet they were selling silver hand over fist, and silver dropped 40%, after that. And there was no silver in their report, in their, annual report during that quarter. Anyway, that's all, neither here nor there. But all these guys, Carl Icahn, Tom O'Brien, they all use these markets to, make their positions, and they have to because they have so large positions. They have to have someone taking the other side of it. Hey, that's just my opinion, boys and girls, and everybody has an opinion, just like an armpit. So just remember that that's why we're technicians here on the western side of the United States, 72 miles from the Mexican border. And it is a situation when the prices go up, there's more buyers. Prices go down, there's more sellers. That's the bottom line of what we're looking at today. We've had a little bit of action today in gold. We got gold up about $13, it looks like, and silver's up just a little bit, still lagging quite a bit, but still holding its own. I would still like to say that I think one of the most important things that's happened in the past week or so, and this is just my opinion again, is what's happened in the U.S. dollar. The U.S. dollar is, has made a 38% retracement from the low we made back in 2011. And that's only the second major ABCD pattern that we've had here over the past 11 years. So I think that's a very, very important spot here in the dollar. That equates to about the 115 level in the euro versus the U.S. dollar. So that's what looks like it's important to me, that the dollar is actually a lot stronger than some people are, giving it. Now there's quietness across Europe because mainly the main market over there is the German DAX, and it's closed for a holiday. The UK was up slightly. The Hang Seng was up a little this morning. last night, and that mainly because it bounced off the 61% retracement off of the long-term daily charts there at that 19,000 level, and it's been able to rally a few hundred points. But all of these stocks, whether you're looking at in the emerging markets or the Japanese stocks or the Chinese stocks, they're all in downtrends, folks. I mean, if you just look at the charts, you can see lower tops, lower bottoms. They're all, trending lower. So this just looks like a really, really severe bear market. And believe me, we have been going up since 2009. And what could possibly happen, and I'm not saying it's going to, but this happened, the same type of thing in 1968 through 1974. We made a top, and it was over 8 years before we made a bottom on August the 9th of 1982. And that's when the market took off, and when interest rates, that's when the big bull market in bonds started, because bonds were trading at around 54 at that time. And of course, they went up to the 170 level in some of the near-term bonds. So that's what we're looking at. Now, the gold, we've had this pretty good rally in gold. We've gone above the 786 of the last high that we had up at the 2097 level, 1297 level. So if we can get gold above 1295 today, it could start moving pretty good. Silver is lagging badly again. We need silver to get above $18 an ounce to get it moving to the upside. So we'll be able to take a look at it. Now, it was very nice of our good friends at Goldman Sachs to trigger that they've announced that crude oil is going higher. And of course, last night it opened about unchanged, and then they came out with their recommendation, and crude oil promptly rallied $1 a barrel. Now, my opinion on crude oil, and this is my opinion again, is we are approaching some really, really serious resistance here in the crude oil around this $48 a barrel level, somewhere between 770 and 47.80. That's what I'm looking at as far as the 61% retracement of the last move. It will be an equal move too from the previous moves that we've had. Let me bring this up, and you'll be able to see this a little bit easier, that these moves will be almost perfectly equal up here at around $48 a barrel. And remember, it was Goldman Sachs didn't tell us to buy it at 27. They didn't tell us to buy it at 32. They did not 38, not 41, not 42, but at $47 a barrel, they're going to let us in. What a nice group of people we have over there. We should send them nice little Christmas cards every year. And also we should, listen, we won't go there, will we, Billy Ray? No, Billy Ray won't go there. Okay, let's take another little look here at what we're going on. Folks, you're going to be really in for a treat today with Al Larson, listening to what he has, because he's got some really interesting things that it's really good. He's one smart guy. And I think I'm going to ask him how many missions he had when he was in Vietnam as a forward observer in the Bell attack helicopter. He was the guy that was in that bubble there that showed the things where to shoot. Okay, 877-927-6648.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. Larry takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Okay, we're back, folks, and I've had another request to talk about Apple, and we've mentioned many times before that the Apple has a very clear double ABCD pattern coming in at around between $82 and $78 a share in Apple. That's where the pattern completes. The stock has been going down, for a long time, ever since we got up to the 131 area, and now it's, starting to go. The next one that'll probably happen will be Amazon, because, that's getting all of the adulation that Apple used to have has now gone to Amazon, and Amazon has basically destroyed companies like Nordstrom's and Macy's and JCPenney's and Sears. Just looking at those stocks, you can see that women don't go to the stores anymore. They're all online in their house slippers and with their rollers and doing all their shopping, and they never go out to the shopping centers anymore. And if you believe that, we still have 2 shares of the Brooklyn Bridge for you. I don't know when this thing will finally turn over, but when it does, it's going to be just like Apple. They're all alike. So we'll see when it finally turns over. Boy, you have to say that Amazon is one great company, because I shop there all the time with my rollers on and my house slippers, because it's so easy. I mean, I just find what I want. I click on it, no shipping, and bada bing, bada boom, they bring it to the house. It's like a broken drum. You just can't beat it. Anyway, we'll see what happens to these, but we'll wait and see, what's going on. Okay, the next question we had is about the grain markets. We've had, a pretty good run in these grains, but the main thing is they're not backing off very much. The soybeans ran well over 75 cents a bushel, and have only been able to back off about 25 cents a bushel, since the last time. So we're still headed higher in the grains, which is very contra-seasonal, considering some of this stuff isn't even planted yet. But it's going to be volatile. That's basically, what we're looking at on some of these things. So we'll watch it very, very closely, and we'll see how the market ends up, before the end of the year, when we start harvesting these little things back in the October-November time period. The other one that we've had a question about is the euro, and I think that's an interesting one, because we have several really strong levels coming in this week during the during the week. That comes in at around 111.20. That's 200 pips from where we are right now. But we need to get the euro below the 112.80 level to set that up. That would break the 786 to the downside, and you would have a 61% retracement coming off of the March lows. You'd have a 1.27 expansion coming off of the April lows, and that's what you like to see. So we'll see if that's going to, and you'd also have an ABCD structure occurring at that time. We've had a question from one of our dinners about the exit of the Great Britain out of the Eurozone. Folks, that comes due, I believe, 22nd or 23rd of June, and I don't think it'll make a big difference. I mean, Greece, didn't do very much, but Britain, that's pretty serious over there. So if they were to do that, that would really hurt the euro, and that could be the thing that takes the euro to par, if in fact Britain, does it. What that would do to the pound, whether it would strengthen or weaken it, I don't know, but the pound has some very strong support at that 137 level. That's the main thing. When I first started trading the British pound, you're not going to believe where it was trading, folks. It was trading at 5.40, and here we are at $1.37. That goes back 30 years ago. And, that's when we had pretty active foreign exchange markets at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange when they first started trading, foreign exchange futures back in 1980s and early 80s. So that's what we're looking at. These are very orderly markets compared to some of the things that you see with the S&P and some of the other things. And then we'll see, what happens to them, but we'll have to go from there. Anyway, we will see. The next thing that someone's asked me about is the gasoline market, and the gasoline has been one of the stronger of the complex. But here again, we're running into some really strong resistance here in the daily gasoline futures. I don't have that chart at the present time, but that's something that we're looking at. Related to the stock market, folks, we have a very large, in 7 days. It's the end of this week, I guess. On the 20th of this month, we're going to have, first we'll have Norm Winsky as our guest, of course, I believe on the 19th. And then we will have a full moon, and we will have Mercury going direct. And those have been really, really accurate. So as far as tops and bottoms, we'll have to see how this is going to work its way out. So we've had a request to look at cotton, and unfortunately, this old cowboy has no interest in cotton. I like to wear it, but I certainly don't like to trade it. That goes back 40 years ago. I was in some cotton contracts, and they were limit up, and my broker said, "I think we should sell it." So I sold them, and I was filled limit down. And I thought I was cheated, but actually what happened is the timing on it was the top of the market. I was within a few seconds of the exact high or exact low of what we're looking at. Tammy wants to know what I wear. I wear when I get up in the morning, I wear sweatpants, and I have my New Balance sneakers on, and then I have my Tommy Bahama T-shirt. And I'm shaved and showered and shined, and that's about it. And that's what I wear most of the time here. And when it gets really warm, we wear shorts here. But that's we haven't had a 100 degree day here yet in Tucson, which is unusual here in the middle of May. So we've had a little cooler temperature. We'll get to about 88 today. So. That's what I do. That's why I don't like to be on the live and Skype like the handsome Basil and the handsome Mr. John. I can't think of John's last name. Oh my God, John. What's his last name? Logan. Oh my God, this is the boy. You talk about senior moments. Sorry, John. Anyway, it's just easier for me. That's basically it. And I don't look at the machine all day long, folks. This is the most I look at the machine during the whole day is during this time. Yeah, Tom does make a dapper figure, as does little Tommy, and it's very, very nice the setup they have there in Clearwater. It's really first class. Okay, on to the next question. Someone asked me a question about IBM. Here again, we have It was due to open a slightly lower. Now it's going to be a little higher because Berkshire Hathaway is buying IBM. Now that is probably not Warren Buffett's decision. He has several money managers that do that, guys that have been with him for a while that he trained, and they're the ones that do the actual buying and selling. And believe me, they're just like we are, folks. Oh, one other little bit of information. There's a new movie out called Money Monsters. It's really a satire of Jim Cramer, but you have to watch it. It's very funny. It's exciting. And it's about Wall Street. I think you'd enjoy the movie. I liked it better than I did The Big Short. 877-927-6648. Stay tuned for Dr. Al Larson.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, I think we have Dr. Al Larson on the line. Dr. Al, are you there?
Yes, I am, Larry.
Fire away, buddy. It's your show.
Okay, can you put up my first slide?
Your first slide is up, which gives you your introduction of who you are and the fact that you've been doing this to 1965. The question that I have for you, Al, I remember you told me once about how many missions you flew in that helicopter in Vietnam. How many missions did you go through?
Actually, Larry, it wasn't a helicopter. I was a forward air controller. I was low and slow at 1,500 feet, told the fighter jets where to drop their bombs. 406 times.
406 times? Wow. You're a hero, my friend. You're my idol.
Well,
Wow.
I'm one of the lucky ones.
I guess so. 406 missions. What was the record? I mean, was there a record they kept on these or not?
I have no idea, Larry.
Uh-huh.
It was a hot and heavy war. We just
Yeah.
flat out, typically 15, 18 hours a day.
Oh, wow. That's terrible. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about what you'd like to talk about, my friend.
Well, basically, the point I want to make, people can read the stuff on this slide. My approach is quite unique in that I've discovered that everything we do is electric fields. We live in a universe which is a plasma universe. Plasma is a sea of electric charges. Those electric charges control everything from how our cells operate to how our neurons in our brains switch and make decisions, to the health of all of our organs, to how we think, how we act, how we live, and how we communicate with each other, etc. And they do show up in markets. When they show up in markets, though, there's a caveat. Even if you know where the electric fields are, you find out that there are competing electric fields, just like we have competing politicians, competing traders, etc. And market systems, from an engineering standpoint, that have competing forces always have at least two solutions. And you know those as a trader as the one that you're in is the wrong one. Okay, but we have a bull solution and a bear solution.
Mm-hmm.
What I've done over the years is I've tried to model the physics of what's really happening. And I've managed to create computations that are computations not of where the market will go, but of the energy fields that are driving the markets. These can be tuned to the individual markets or the individual person. And I produce two forecasts. One I call XGO, which is one data point per day, kind of a longer-term one, and Moontide. I've got a website that people can read there. It's moneytide.com. I regularly put up little videos on my YouTube channel, DRALLarson.com. Go to my next slide, Larry.
You bet.
I'll show people the basic model of the world we live in. Most of you don't think about this. You look at your screen and don't realize what's going on in the universe around you. But basically, most of our energy comes off of the sun. And the sun's this little red ball on the left. The energy flows from the sun towards the earth on a solar wind. That screams along at 18,000 miles an hour. And I mean 18,000 miles a second. It's very fast. And for most of the time, not much changes in it, except that when there's a solar flare, it can produce a 2% change in the charges flowing to the Earth. Now, 2% doesn't sound like much, but it is 2% of a very large number. That is not an even flow. We have three bodies that are devastating when they interrupt the flow. First of all is the moon. Everyone knows that on full moon, that's when the moon is on the right-hand side of the Earth, negative ions are reflected back into the atmosphere and people get giddy. At new moon, the energy gets trapped by the moon before it gets to the Earth and people are down. That's why years know that you attack on full moon or new moon. that's because your enemy is down. Now, you have to hype up your own troops to make sure that they're not down. But also, Mercury can come around, and you mentioned Mercury coming up. You're looking for it to go direct. I don't watch direct. I just watch physics. But Mercury can interrupt that flow, and it did that on the 9th. We'll talk about that in a moment. But the other body that can come in and interrupt the flow is Venus. So the moon and those two inner planets have a major effect on the market. Go on my next slide, Larry.
You got it. Okay, it's up.
Okay, now, I'm not seeing it yet, Larry.
It should be up now.
Okay, there I'm seeing it.
Okay.
Okay. What most people do not realize is we live in a resonant cavity. And you've all heard resonance when you're sitting in an auditorium and you get feedback in the microphone, it starts resonating and builds up a squeal. Resonance is when energy just kind of builds on itself. This drawing is a drawing of the Earth and the ionosphere. And the little gap between the two forms a resonant cavity. And that resonant cavity has a resonant frequency of 7.8 hertz, right in our brainwave frequency. Everything that happens in that cavity affects our brainwave. Now, one thing that happens is that the energy hits coming in, and it goes both ways around that cavity. That always creates a negative and a positive wave. That's where chaos theory comes in. You always have the two waves going. I know you used to do I don't know if you still do a tomahawk forecast.
Yep, sure do.
And you found that sometimes the forecast was upside down, inverted.
Yep.
And sometimes it was normal. Well, that's the same thing that I discovered in the physics here. That's the normal and inverted wave. Now, on top of this drawing, I've shown you standing in that cavity. The currents flow through you, and those changes of 2% change the currents in your brain by 2%. And that changes the threshold at which we are.
Okay, Al, stay with us, buddy. We have to pay a few bills. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes, okay?
If you're looking to discover a new financial resource and diversify your financial portfolio, don't miss out on the Market Safe Commodity Solution CD from Everbank. This is the second running of their popular 5-year U.S. dollar-denominated CD, which gives you exposure to 8 equally weighted commodities, including WTI crude oil, gold, silver, copper, nickel, soybeans, corn, and sugar. With annual pricing caps of 70% per component, you can earn up to 70% upside payment at maturity if the commodities increase in value across annual pricing dates. And should the opposite occur, your principal is 100% protected. Keep in mind, returns are based on CD performance. There's no annual percentage yield or periodic rate of interest on this indexed CD. Don't miss out. Take advantage of this financial resource designed to grow with the times. The May 19th funding deadline is quickly approaching. So hurry over to everbank.com/TFNN for the CD's term sheet and other important product details and disclosures. Once again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. This advertisement is sponsored content. Everbank is a member, FDIC.
It's 2016 and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January 4th, swim lessons by Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade will be airing 5 days a week at noon Eastern Time. Join hosts Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, and Cindy Faber as they host their daily options program live at noon 5 days a week with no commercials for the entire hour. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark will be moving their program, Living a Primal Lifestyle, to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wake up with Nico and Paige and start your day off right. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex will now be live Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Start and end the week with the three hosts, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Daryl Martin as they break down the world of trading trading binary options and spreads. For all the details on the new 2016 programming lineup, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors. Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour, sponsored by Nadex. Up next on TFNN.
Okay, we're back, and we have Dr. Al Larson still on the line. Al?
Okay, Larry, put up the next slide.
All right, it's on its way. Here it comes.
Okay, now I'm going to show you 3 examples of this in action. This is on the 6th of May, Friday. I was doing a chaos clinic, and this shows you how chaos works. In chaos theory, there are these things called strange attractors. They're actually strange attractors repellers. Oops, go back a slide, Larry.
Go back a slide. Uh-oh. Now you're asking me some tech stuff, pal. I think I can do it, but give me a break. Yeah, I can do it. Hold on just a second.
Okay. This was a dull converging market, which is a converging triangle. And the market converged into the strange attractor repeller, and then it went back up. Okay. Now, this slide that's up now is on the following Monday, and we had a beautiful example. NASA was streaming it live. Mercury transited the face of the sun.
I watched that. That was cool.
Formed a strange attractor repeller. We were attracted in and then repelled up. So go on to the next slide, Larry.
All righty, just give me a second here. I'm getting pretty good hitting these arrows, Al. I'm getting to be almost ready for my pocket protector. Okay, there we go.
No. That.
Uh-oh, I overestimated my ability. Hold, I think I got it ready now. Hold on, Al, just a second.
Mercury transit.
I think this is it. I hope this is the right one.
Well, this one we just did, Larry.
No, this one I haven't seen yet. This is where exchange, and we're talking about
You're
Venus and stuff.
Before I see them.
Oh yeah, well that's because I'm pressing the button faster. You know.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. This is last Friday during the Chaos Clinic, and this slide is a little more detailed. This one is showing the moon tide forecast, and the light blue line is the positive moon tide, and then the magenta line is the negative moon tide. And during the regular session, we started up. We had a sales report, gave the market a little boost, and the market was generally following the positive forecast. Then it got a little choppy, and as we came around to, again, solar noon, we passed Venus. Right as this exchange passed Venus, the market started down, and that was actually in the forecast. And I watched it carefully when we came into solar noon at sun, which is 1,300 times on this chart or mountain. Don't be confused by that. But if it was going to turn up and continue to follow the blue forecast, it almost had to have turned up at solar noon, and it didn't. But about 20 minutes after that, it was very clear it was time to sell. And then the market incredibly followed this forecast. It's pretty awesome. When it got to the right-hand end, the third line, it was time to take 9 for the wine, call it fine.
Okay.
The bottom of this chart shows one of my measurement tools. I don't like to call it an indicator because it simply measures the efficiency of motion of the market. It looks like an oscillator. In a normal, balanced market, it'll oscillate between the red line on top and the green line on the bottom. It says it's efficient going up on the red line, efficient going down on the green line. And you see they mark the highs and the lows. But then when the market switched sides and became chaotic going down, you see that the fractal efficiency stayed down low, and we got that run. So that's one of the trading tools that comes out of my Chaos Trading Made Easy course, Larry.
Okay. Now, Al, do they ever line up exactly together, the blue and the pink line?
No, they're always inverted, Larry.
They're always inverted. Okay, good.
Okay, yeah. Well, and in fact, I compute the blue line, and I simply multiply it by -1 to get the magenta line.
Okay. All right, we ready for the next one?
Yeah, unless you need to do a commercial, but
No, we got a couple more minutes to the commercial. That's not a problem. Hold on, let's get this next one up, and we'll take the look at your XGO chart.
Right.
You got it?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
This is an XGO chart, and the S&P, as everyone knows, is kind of a volatile beast sometimes. Like not all the time, because it does technically spend half of its time going nowhere. If you look carefully. But at any rate, this is a forecast, a calculation. And XGO is a simple calculation. It is really a crude model. If you think of Larry, you think of the weather and the work that the government's done building models to forecast the market. They're using simple computers. They're building models to forecast weather. They've been working at it for decades with supercomputers. I'm limited to a personal computer, but I'm doing basically the same thing. I'm trying to simulate something. Now, I discovered for many years I didn't think the XGO on S&P was that great, but I discovered if I adjusted it back 6 days to the previous, I used the first trade date. If I slide it back to the new moon date before the first trade date, I get a pretty good fit. Now this forecast has too much high frequency, and the short-term moves are exaggerating about the average. But this is a pretty helpful forecast for traders. It did get the low in February and has been going up. You see, just immediately ahead, it looks like it's trying to hold up
Okay.
week and then down. And the time you're looking back later in the month, looks like coming into a low, Larry.
Oh, Al, we're going to take a break here, and when we come back, I want to have you tell the folks what you can offer them, okay?
Okay.
So we'll take a little break here to pay a few bills, and we'll see what's going on. How's your weather? You got all your snow melted up there?
Snow's melted, and now we're just kind of chilly and rainy, but it's springtime in the Rockies. We've got baby bunnies in the front yard, baby birds in the baby.
That's good. Okay, we'll be back in a couple of minutes, folks.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, we're back, folks, and we've got Dr. Al Larson on the line. And Al, why don't you tell the folks a little bit about some of the products that you have and how they can get in touch with you? And do you still do that Chaos Clinic on Friday?
Yes, I do.
Oh, that's worth the price of admission, that's for sure. Why don't you go ahead and tell us what you have to offer?
Right. Okay. The Chaos Clinic is on Friday. I have an e-mini hotline. People subscribe to the the Moontide forecast. They get access to my day trading forecast website, and it has all kinds of fascinating charts, and the trading rules are relatively simple to execute. You basically wait near the Moontide turns and follow a couple moving averages and try to get into good short-term trades. That's been going on for many years. If you follow the rules and use discipline, over time it makes money. The Exco forecast you can buy on moneytide.com. For $36, you can get a forecast for a year. You just need to know the first trade date of the market, or for an individual, your birthday. And birthday charts are Exco charts for individuals are very fascinating to watch. You can tell immediately by the volatility in that chart whether the person is volatile or stable. Fascinating thing. If you really want to get into Exco, you can buy my Win Exco software that computes these things forever, even after I'm gone and the website's gone. Now, mostly what I do is teach. I have 4 basic courses: Cash In on Chaos, Fractal Pi, Chaos Trading Made Easy, Face of God course. If you take
Uh-oh, we're running out of time, partner. Anyway, they can see this on TFNN. Thanks for joining us, Al, and may God bless.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.